Hi. We're headed down to PT's. We're gonna grab some coffee, talk about some design. You bought some art?
It's by Kit Landwehr.
Oh, that's cool. That's by you? Mm-hmm. That's really great. I love it.
That's my birthday gift to myself.
Well, happy birthday to you, Laura. So we've been talking about prototyping. Well, we talked about prototyping in the last video. One thing we didn't get a whole lot into is how designing for a prototype is different from designing for an app that's going to go into production and into mass public consumption. I thought it would be good to get a hold of Benson here, one of our esteemed designers, and Kaylee, one of our other esteemed designers. What is the primary difference and what is it that you have to account for in designing for something that's just going to be used for testing and validating a concept versus something that's going to go out to the public and expect wide adoption?
With Headquartered versus Tiller, where Tiller is this huge, I mean, we've been working on it for like a year. The Headquartered is this 4-week sprint. With Tiller, I'm thinking through the whole product from start to end, all of the little details, just like really trying to get a holistic perspective. Whereas with the Headquartered, we're really zeroing in on one specific area that we want to prototype.
The difference that I see is when you're in prototyping and you're in testing, you really are doing that more precision work in terms of very specific sections of the product. When you're preparing something to go out for mass production and mass consumption, it's definitely, you gotta take a much wider angle view of everything.
Like, have you learned any sort of tricks?
Yeah, no, you rely, especially when you're starting out and you're running fast, you definitely rely on a lot of assets that you've created before, that you just have. Just getting something down, probably the most important thing, because you can stare at a blank screen forever.
How do you go about getting it down as fast as possible?
Well, for me, I've been trying to get more into that, just sketching it out first.
Like with actual pen and paper?
Yeah, pen and paper.
Typically it's 4 weeks for us for a prototype package. You kind of got to jump in really fast. And one thing that we did with Headquartered that was really helpful was we had the client provide inspiration for us. We knew immediately what they liked, and we're able to go from there.
You guys want to get some coffee? Can I see that?
Design.
Just like a hip flask of water? You guys didn't even get coffee, did you?
Nope.
Just got juice.
Water.
Now that we have drinks that are not coffee, what do you guys know now about prototype design that you didn't know when you started?
Everything.
I don't think I really realized how valuable getting feedback quickly would be. First of all, I'll say it's amazing how much you can get done in a week. I think that's something I learned. Like, as going into it, I was like, wow, 1 week, that's gonna be super fast and hard to get stuff done, but I think constraints are important.
Yeah, do you think it was one of those situations where it's like the size of the job grew to the timeline?
Yeah.
Or shrunk in this case?
Well, yeah, shrunk. We started testing with users right after that first week and got really valuable feedback that's impacting the design in huge ways. Yeah, I just think it really helped me understand the value of testing really early.
Test early, test often. Obviously, we know the value of prototype testing, and now we know the value of prototype design. What, if any, what value do you find in kind of the like old way of designing, the way that you were used to before we started down this path?
It's those micro interactions. Getting those micro interactions, really small things that people won't even notice that they're noticing, but they will notice them if they're not there.
Yeah, there is a value in that longer term projects. Get comfortable with the design and know it front and back. And in my old projects too, before I came to Crema, I was the only designer on the project. I was the only one kind of leading testing and doing all that stuff anyways. So working in an iterative process with a team definitely helps.
Yeah. Teams.
Whoa, hey, look at this new Got some new graffiti art here. It's really cool. This probably wasn't prototype design.
Probably not.